All right. How's everybody doing today? It is Wednesday, hump day, May 28th, right? 28th, 27th, 28th? What day are we at here? May 27th. See, I'm a day ahead. I haven't been out here for a couple of days, just getting past the Memorial Day weekend. And unfortunately, we had a death in the family over the weekend. And so it was kind of a sad time. But for sure, for my younger brother, he lost his wife over the weekend, and so uh, we've been going through all of that and transitioning and getting things done, but I wanted to get back into the groove, and so things were popping again, and I wanted to do a live today. I wanted to talk about you know having a mentor is it really, it's really kind of a, is it really a waste of time? Is it a waste of time and your money if you're spending money to have a mentor? And why does everybody, or why do people are always out there going, you need coaching, you need mentor, you need this, you need that? So um, why can't you just kind of figure things out, go with the flow, see what people are doing, take a lot of training, stay in, get out there and watch a lot of videos and just make it work, right? Hey, Lori, Hannah, good to see you. Maria, good to see you. Um, so I want to talk about this because I felt that way, and maybe some of you feel that way. I felt this way when I first got started years ago, and then even years into being involved with network marketing. I figured out that I'm a pretty smart guy, and I think I can do this. I can do it on my own. And I had some success, some six-figure success, some seven-figure failures, But I I just felt like I can figure this out. I got my I've had success enough. I don't really need a mentor. I don't need someone to show me the way. I can just do this myself. Exactly, Maria. Everybody needs a mentor, right? Hey, Jay, good to see you. Pamela, Laura, good to see you. Here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho today, it is, squirrel. It's a beautiful blue sky out. I don't know what the temperature is, almost 70 degrees today. It's beautiful. Karen and the grandkids are out in the yard doing things. Um, I should say Karen's out doing things in the yard, and the kids are like, "Can we go play?" So, but here's the reality. You need to decide at some point to throw your ego aside, to throw yourself out of the picture. And I'm saying this, hey, Mike, good to see you, Inez. I'm saying this to you if you want to be successful, if you want to be super successful, if you want to create that legacy in your life and be that person that, you know, um, has amazing success, you've got to throw your ego aside. You've got to decide, look, you know what, here's what I want. Here's what I want to do. Okay. Here's the accomplishment I want to have. Here is the level in my business I want to be. Here's the rank I want to be. Here's the amount of money I want to make. Here's the number of lives I want to impact. Who has done that, or who's doing that now? And I need to follow what they say. So I want to talk to you. First off, I want to answer the question. Having a mentor is a waste of time. Is having a mentor a waste of time and money if you're paying for a mentor and so forth? And the answer is a resounding absolutely not. In fact, it's not only not a waste of time. In my opinion, it's a necessity. It doesn't have to be someone you pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to. It doesn't have to be someone that you pay any money to. It has to be someone that fits some criteria of a mentor. And that's what I want to talk to you about. What's the criteria for your mentor? How do you decide who your mentor is? Right? Do I just pick it out of the air? Hey, I found a mentor! Yippee! No. Here's three things that you look for. First is you find somebody that's gone down the path that you want to go. So if you've never made five figures a year in network marketing, then you need to find someone that's done that. If you've never made it to a certain rank, you need to find someone that's made it to that rank. You need to find somebody that's gone down the path that you want to go before you. You don't need to be the person that, trudges out there and creates a new path from scratch, right? There's nothing new under the sun. Talks about that in the scriptures all over the place. There's nothing new under the sun. So why reinvent the wheel? Why not find somebody that's gone? So for me, it was my upline, my mentor, Robert Hollis. He's an 8-figure earner. He's now a super affiliate in our company, making 6 figures a month, right? So income disclosures all over the place. He works his butt off. He knows what he's doing. So I went out when I first got involved in this company, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go chat with Robert Hollis and find out what I need to do. So that's the first thing. You need to find someone that's done what you want to do. But it goes further. You also need to make sure that they've taught other people to do the same thing. Well, I looked into Robert and I found out that he had created over 50 millionaires, right? He was the number 13 top earner in network marketing in a lifetime. So he was down a path that I knew I wanted to go, right? And the third thing is they need to have documentation, because you know what? In this day and age, on Facebook and YouTube, they're all over the place. People are, they had a rise to fame. They got into a company and they recruited 100 people their first 60 days in the business, and now they're all mentors and coaches and charging an arm and a leg for you to learn what they've learned, right? And they haven't done anything since, and they haven't taught anybody else to do it, and there's no documentation to prove that they've ever done it in the first place, right? I have people reaching out to me all the time saying, Ron, man, how about you want to get into our course? You want to, and I'll go look at their profile, and I don't see any, people rank advancing or any accolades for people having success in their team and in their company and anything that's going on. And I said, well, why would I choose you as a mentor? Well, because I recruited 30 people in 1 month. Okay, what did you do month 2? Yeah, but I recruited 30 people in 1 month. So pay me money and I'll teach you how to do that. Well, that could be a fluke. And they end up building a career on charging people money to teach them. And you go back and you say, now, how many people have you taught to do that same thing that are making money, that are being successful? Good morning, Michelle. Phyllis, good to see you. Michelle and Jay Pucco are my very, very close good friends living in sunny Florida. Driving a nice Miami blue Beamer. And we were going to meet in Orlando this weekend at a roadshow that's gone virtual now. We're not. And then our convention in August, which now has gone virtual, and we're not. So it may be almost a year before we see each other again. So very, very sad. But the reality is if you find someone that meets those 3 criteria, right? They've gone where you want to go. They've taught other people to do it. And there's documentation. There's documentation that shows that I can go out and I could give it, Jay as an example. I talked to Jay. Jay says, well, I took my training from Robert Hollis and we're a 25K affiliate. Okay. And if it wasn't for him, hold on just a second. That didn't sound good. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be where we're at, right? So once you find someone that meets those 3 criteria, once you find someone, okay, that is able to show you the way to go, the next step is really easy. And I say that tongue in cheek because it's really hard for most people, but it is really easy. The technical side of it is really easy. And here it is. Do what they say. Well, but I need to make it my own, right? No. Do what they say. So when I reached out to Robert and I said, road trip, exactly. When I reached out to Robert and said, okay, what do I need to do? I want to have the success that you want to have. Exactly, Maria. I'm sorry, I was reading your comment. It's funny. Yeah, it's like chopping your hair, right? And I didn't. I got somebody to cut my hair, but it's like my mom used to put a bowl on her head, and chop around it like like Dumb and Dumber, right? If you think once you think you can do it, and if you watched all the videos, a great example. If you watch all the videos during this quarantine time, and all this of people cutting their hair, and my brother and his wife, she cut his hair, and then they ended up cutting it all off. But but the reality is, I reached out to Robert and I said, "What do I do? I want to. I've been doing this. Actually, been in network marketing longer than he has, over 40 years, and he's been in over 30 years. But he's had a lot more success. So what do I do?" He says, "You say as little as possible, to as many as possible, as quick as possible. But and should I should I use this, or should I do this?" And he's, "Ron, you say as little as possible, to as many as possible, as quick as possible." Well, but should I create videos? Should I? No. He said, "You reach out on Messenger, you talk to the people, you make new connections, and you say as little as possible, to as many as possible, as quick as possible." So I did. The next thing I know, boom, I'm a 50K affiliate. I'm on my way to be a 100K affiliate, and our team is having amazing success, and our company's having amazing success. Now, along the way, did I decide a few times, oh, maybe I know a little bit better, and sidetrack and then come back, sidetrack? Of course, I'm human. I'm a smart guy. I've been doing this for a long time. So, of course, I had some of my own opinions. But maybe I'll try this. I'm a techie. So maybe I'll do this and I'll create this and and that'll help. That'll help. It's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. And I could see, this and this in my, right? Hey, Mary. So you have got to be coachable. And then you've got to find people that are coachable. And you don't have to be the deal. You let your mentor, you let someone else be the deal. One of the first things that he told me was, you edify Josh and Jenna, the owners of our company. They're doing amazing things. Well, yeah, but what about me? What if someone asks? What if someone asks, how much am I making? Why would they ask? Unless you're edifying yourself. Unless you're talking about you, why would they ask? If you're talking about Jenna and Josh and Robert, and you're edifying the people that are above you that are making the money, why would they ask how much you're making? Exactly. Ego aside. Right? Why would they ask? I don't get to ask that. And even if I do now, I've listened to my mentors. I've had success. Not enough, not where I'm headed at all. But I've had some success. So if someone says, "Well, Ron, how much have you made?" I'm still good. If they're asking me that, it's because I'm talking about me, and I'm not talking about Josh and Jenna and Robert and my uplines, Aaron and Kathy Parker, right? But I learned that from my mentor and listening to what he told me, follow instructions. Now, I'll tell you this quick story and how funny it was and how important it was, because in 2017, in June of 2017, I went into the hospital thinking I had something going on, but I thought it was indigestion. I thought it was maybe an ulcer or something like that. And turns out I needed to have a quadruple bypass. And I remember that was on a Monday. I went in, and on a Wednesday, in the middle of the morning, Wednesday morning, it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I came to and everything, and the cardiac surgeon came in and started telling me about what happened, and asked me if I had any questions, because everybody has questions. And the questions were, most of the questions that they already got. Hey, Patricia, most of the questions that they typically get were, what kind of foods do I got to eat now? And am I going to, is this going to change my lifestyle? I'm going to have to not work, anymore, and on and on and on. And the only question I had was, when can I get out of here? When can I get out of here? I just wanted to go home. I'm not a fan of hospitals. And he looked at me and he said, "Well, that's kind of an unusual request. You don't care about how much meds and all that." I said, "Yeah, that'll come. But how do I get out of here first?" He said, "Well, let me tell you how you get out of here. You've got to follow instructions." I'm like, "Follow instructions? Where have I heard that before?" Follow instructions. And I said, "Oh, great. What are the instructions?" He said, "You've got to, hey, LW," he says, you've got to get up at least twice a day and walk." Now, I didn't start arguing with him. Well, what if I only wanted to get up once? And what if I didn't walk as much this day? And, I said, great. and I was getting up 4 times a day. That was on a Wednesday. He came back on Saturday. He said, Ron, I don't know what you've been doing, but all your numbers look amazing. You're up, you're alert, you're running, you're around, you're everybody's making fun of, they had a name for me because I was up every chance I got. Time I felt good enough to get up and walk, I got up and walked. It was typically 3 to 4 times a day and 3 to 4 revolutions around the nurses station. Because I had a mission and I asked the guy that was going to tell me what to do, the guy that made the decision, the guy that gave me the rank, the company's policy that I had to abide by. And I looked at the person that knew what to do and I followed the instructions and they let me out on Saturday, 3.5 days after my open heart surgery. They put a gold star on my chart because they'd never let anybody go home that early, right? But it was all about following instructions. It was all about listening to my mentor and following instructions. Now, I could have done it my own way. I could have made up my own. John Glass, good to see you. John, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. And we'll talk after this. So, anyways, um, I'm not the one to mentor. That's why I don't mentor. It's not because I don't want to mentor and everything else, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. I want to push people to go to the right mentor, Robert Hollis in this case, Josh and Jenna. And that's what I do with everybody. Sit down with those people, go through their training, go through what they've taught and do what they've taught. Reach out to people and so forth. So you've got to find the right mentor. And when it comes down to it, and John, we'll chat. And I apologize that you feel that way. But you have got to be that person that when the mentor or someone that you've asked says, hey, this is what you've got to do, you've got to be out there willing to do whatever it takes to get wherever you're going. Okay. So I've got our team now. I don't want to be trained to death. People overthink things. They make it more difficult than it is. They've got every reason in the world why things don't work. And it's okay, because sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes there's just not a mesh there and it just doesn't work. But I would venture to guess, and I'm talking to me, because I know this has happened to me in my life. I'm not a young guy, but doing this a long time, that 99% of the time when I have failed, it's because of me, not because of anybody else. It's because of me. Because I haven't listened, because I haven't done what I was asked to do, because it didn't work the way I thought it would work. All kinds of different things. Right? So you need to find the right mentor. And if you don't have the right mentor, if I'm not the right mentor for you, which, at this point in my career in this company, I don't want to mentor anybody. I want to point them to good mentors until I get to the point where I can say, yeah, man, I followed this guy and I'm a super affiliate. Let's do this. But until then, I'm going to point you to the right people. And you can make the choice whether or not you want to listen to the right people or not. But I don't want anybody to ever feel like, hey, this didn't happen because of this person. It's never that way. Exactly, Michelle. Okay. Now, here's what I will tell you, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to show you what John said. It's okay. I know John. He's a great guy, right? He asked me to mentor him multiple times, offered to pay money and so forth. And with 4,000 or 5,000 people paying me money, I'm not going to take anybody's money to mentor them. That's on my team. Okay. So I understand what he's saying. And then here's Michelle's. Never let that stop you from succeeding. There's always someone to mentor you. Find the person that will help you. They're there, right? until your life comes to a point where you want something so bad it's like breathing, because when you get to that point, you'll find someone, right? You'll find someone, or you'll figure it out. Because it really comes down to the fact that, when you cannot. Gene, I don't do many successful MDC affiliates pay for leads, not any that I know. Most all of the super affiliates and the successful people I know do everything organic. They just go out and connect with people, right? But here's the bottom line at the end of it. Hey, Lily, good to see you. At the end of the day, you cannot build a huge organization if you don't have a system where people can plug in. You can't spend every day with individuals. I mean, you want to. I love people, and I want to be able to do that. But that's why we create reusable resources and videos and training that people can go out and go to, right? Because they have to do that. So I hope you understand this. Getting a mentor, and you got to find the right mentor. I'm not the right mentor for everybody, but if you want it bad enough, and John, you're welcome back. And we want to try this again, we can certainly do it. But I will tell you the same thing I tell everybody else, that you've got to do this. You've got to work with this. You've got to, follow this. You've got to do these, these things. For some of us, it's just, technology for some people is hard. Technology for some people is hard. It's just, it's one of those things that people struggle with. And I understand that. Stop it. I love that video clip of Bob Newhart's. We're not going to go down that road. Stop it. If you're struggling with technology and you're trying to build a business, and that business requires you to understand Facebook and to get out on Messenger and to understand technology, not be a software engineer like I am or anything like that, but understand technology, then take some courses. Don't expect your upline or anybody else to take some courses. That's why they're out there. You can go to Udemy, udemy.com, and there's a ton of them. Lynda.com. There's a ton of courses. Go to YouTube and say, hey, how do I, do this in Facebook? And how do I get to Messenger? And that's the difference. That was a pregnant pause. That's the difference between the successful and the unsuccessful. The people that, really, really do what needs to be done. When I don't understand something, I go figure it out. And if I ask John Doe, Joe Blow, Sally, Tommy, hey, do you know? And they don't either know, they don't have the time to, yeah, I know, but I don't have the time to teach you. But here's a resource that you can go watch and learn from. Then I'm going to go watch and learn from that resource. I'm going to go do everything I can to learn from it. I understand people don't have, when you've got huge organizations, but here's the bottom line is, once you found your mentor, you go there, you learn from that mentor, you put in the effort and the time, and the things that you don't know that he doesn't teach or she doesn't teach, you figure out yourself. You take a course, you get successful. How bad do you want it? We were talking about this yesterday. How bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough? Because I'm going to tell you, my mentorship was real easy. Same thing Robert told me. You say as little as possible to as many as possible, as quick as possible. How do you do that? However you can do that. If you're not good at technology, then you go out, drive around in your car and reach out to people. You go shopping, you do whatever you can to accomplish that task. It's not rocket science, right? But if you're going to try it for a couple of days and you talk to a couple of people and they didn't respond and it didn't work, that's okay. Hey, Sonny, good to see you. But I can tell you this, when I got involved in this business, I listened to my mentor and I didn't expect anybody but me to do the work and do it to make it happen, period. I did what I needed to do to make it happen, and I'm going to continue to do what I need to do to make it happen. I love everybody that's on our team. I love all of you. Anytime I can help, I will try to help. I try to put together a ton of resources and videos and training, and we do all kinds of stuff and everything. But I can't. There's only so many hours in a day. I can't be with everybody all the time. I can't do individual one-on-one, no matter how much anybody pays me. That's not my job. That's not my job, right? It can't be done. Not if I'm going to build the organization and the business, and not if I'm going to build a community and culture that's touching lives. I've got to put stuff together, and people need to be self-sufficient and being able to, you know, and then when we have, training and Q&A and everything else, those are the times to jump in and say, okay, I've got 30 people, 50 people on here. Let's answer some questions. Let's do a Q&A. So I hope this has helped. Find a mentor, whoever it is. Don't use not having a mentor as an excuse or reason. And I understand that. And John, I apologize to you. I'm sorry that it ended up that way for you. But the bottom line is, I will tell you, just like I tell everybody else, just like my mentors told me over the years, that at the end of the day, it's up to me. It's up to me. If I want it bad enough, I'm going to make it happen, period. It's up to me. So you've got to make it. Yeah, leaders in phase one. You're right, Jason. Leaders in phase one. So if you're going to make it, there's something that somebody said, if it's going to be, it's up to me. And I believe that with a mentor. And I don't mean a mentor does it for you and takes your hand and steps you through it, step by step. A mentor gives you the guidelines of what you're supposed to do, and then tweaks it for you as you move along and do it. Now, if the answer is, you need to learn to do this, then you need to go out and learn to do that, not necessarily unless they are teaching that as a part of it. I'm going through some courses on Think and Grow Rich, some mentoring through and Think and Grow Rich right now, and there's a lot, and the training we had from our co-founder yesterday, Jenna Zweigel, was amazing. Nadia, good to see you. I hope you guys are safe in New York. Good to see you. But you one of the things that she gave was homework. And I love that. She went through Think and Grow Rich and no, I'm sorry, that wasn't Think and Grow. She went on Money Mindset, and she was talking about money mindset, and she used chapter 2, I believe, of Think and Grow Rich, and said, okay, here's some assignments you need to do da 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 da, and here's another. I think there were 3 assignments, and the third one was you need to put together 10 affirmations and so forth, and she wasn't going to hold my hand and do it for me. She said, here's what you need to do. And so when it was done, I went and figured out how to do it. I read the chapter that I was supposed to read. I went through it. I sat down. I wrote down the things. I haven't finished that part altogether yet. I put my affirmations together. Ended up putting up like 15 of them together. Went out and got the app that she uses so that it repeats it. You record it on your own voice. And all of these things, I figured out what to do. It's just like going to college. Any of you that have gone to school, gone to college, or high school, for that matter, right? Your professors give you the assignment. Hey, Mary, your professors give you the assignment, and you go out and do it. They don't do the assignment for you. And if the assignment requires you to learn something along the way that they haven't maybe taught, then you go and you learn that along the way so that you can do it, right? So it's one of those things where some people are successful and you wonder why, and then you start talking to them and you find out, wow, where did you learn all that stuff? I learned what I needed to learn to make myself successful. I changed my mindset. I didn't let anything stand in my way. I didn't let anybody influence or stand in my way. If I wasn't getting the help here, I got it here. I made a decision and a commitment that I'm going to do this, and you do it. You get the help where you can get the help. That's true. But you never let that be the reason why you don't do something. You figure it out. Can you imagine if like Thomas Edison and Henry Ford and Benjamin Franklin and the Wright brothers and everything sat back and said, "Well, I didn't know what to do, and nobody would tell me." And when you get to be a millionaire, you can pay people to do the things you want to do. I guess that's the way life works. But because there's someone out there that'll take your money, I'm just not that person. I want you to understand that no matter how old you are, how young you are, you can do this if you choose to. Or you can make reasons and excuses why you can't. I don't want to be that. I don't want to go down that road. So God bless you all. I hope you have an amazing, amazing Wednesday. I don't know why it feels like the weekend to me. If you're looking to, I know there's some, anyone can do this, Nadia. You are correct. Anyone can do this. If this old 68-year-old Papa Ron can do this, anybody can do it. You just got to want it. You just got to want it bad enough. You just got to find a mentor that will give you the guidelines, and then you take it from there. Do what you are told, right? And if you can't figure it out, you figure it out. You do what you need to be told. You do what you do. So here's the cool thing. In 3 days, let's see, it's Wednesday, don't count today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday, you just hoot to take action. I don't think you mean hoot, but you just have to take action, right? Saturday, we are having a road show that was supposed to be in Orlando. I wish I was going to be in Orlando. It was supposed to be in Orlando, but because of what's going on, we are having a virtual road show and announcing botanical and beautiful products, new product line, new brand. The company is, once again, man, exploding out. I mean, I gotta just tell you this. I don't put a lot of props out there for the company and everything, but they're amazing. Unless you ask, right? I know, Michelle. I'm bummed. I was looking forward to going to Orlando. At least Nashville is a minimum, but last month on April 20th, the company did over 5 million in sales in one day. 5 million, and had the biggest month ever in the history of the company, right? 15, 20 million, something around there. This month, they're even doing more, and we haven't had any sales or anything going on. We're doing even more volume, and we're announcing a new brand. This company is just, is on fire. I've in 40 years of doing network marketing on and off, obviously I had a career along the way in that, but I've been doing network marketing since the early 1970s. And I've never seen a company like this. I've never seen a comp plan like this. I've never seen owners like this. I've never seen products like this. I've just never been involved with a company that continually gives back to the field, period. Every step they take is about what they've said. It's always about what can we do for the field? How can we put more money into the field? How can we do more to give the field a better business, right? It blows me away. They did a BOGO sale on April 20th. Buy one of our CBD oils, get a second one for free. Over $5 million in sales, meaning they gave away $10 million. Right? They gave away another $5 million in free product. 100% debt free. I mean, it's just one of those things where, I've never had a network marketing company pay ahead of time when holidays come up or when it falls on the first and things like that. This company continually does that. They continually do the right thing. I agree, Kim. This is the most amazing company. They continually do the right thing so that the people in the field are making the most amount of money. 85% plus goes back to the field. They continually are on the cutting edge of the best products. That's why the company's called My Daily Choice. They continually give us, we've got 3 brands now. We've got the main brand, My Daily Choice. We've got HempWorks, actually 4 if you count My Daily Choice. That's the umbrella. HempWorks brand of all of our CBD and hemp products. We've got the Mantra, which is some of the best, I don't know, what do they call it? Therapeutic essential oils going out there for prices that are unheard of. And we've got High Life Travel. Now, that's where we're at right now until Saturday. And from what I understand, what's going to happen Saturday is going to, once again, blow things out of the water, take the company to a new level. It's the next billion-dollar company in my, and I'm just telling you. And you couldn't get in at a better time. So if you're interested in really seeing what you, and guess what? Guess what it costs to get in? Nothing, right? You can get in and become a rep and become an affiliate, paid affiliate in this company for absolutely free and start making money. Now, are you going to make the big commissions? I mean, no, you start off, you're going to make, but let me tell you, you're going to make 25% on all your fast start bonuses right up front. 25%. Now you're not going to be a part of the binary and the global bonus pool and the leadership matching bonus and all that other stuff, but you're going to get paid right off the bat. You're going to start getting paid 25%. I know comp plans out there that when you're at a high level, you're getting paid 25%. You can come in free with our company and get paid 25%. Or you can come in for a free membership and then buy an executive pack, become an executive, and get paid 50% and 4 levels deep right off the bat. That's what I did. And within weeks, I was making a lot of money. Within months, I was making a lot of money. And now I've gone over 6 figures, right? So you could do this. You could do this. It's flipping phenomenal. It's crazy what this company is doing. And there's going to be there's a lot of companies out there trying to copy us. There's a lot of companies out there trying to do what we're doing, but they're behind the 8 ball. And there's enough out there for everybody. But I'm just telling you what this company, and today, if you reach out to me in the next couple of days, you can get in for free. Get in for free now before we launch the new brand. Can you imagine what that would do? Talk about being right on the front end of a new brand, right? But already have all these other brands. So anyways, exactly, Kim. And I think a majority of the people do. The majority of the people come in as a director. That's 35% commission up front and 1 level deep. Boom, right there. You start making that kind of money. And you take advantage of the entire comp plan. You get leadership bonuses. You get binary when you qualify, all of that stuff, right? So I'm just telling you. If you're out there looking at all to make, in this time and what's going on, to make some extra income and to make a difference in your life, an extra $500, an extra $1,000 a month, for some people, that is going to change their life forever. You can get in for free right now and check it out before this Saturday when we announce some amazing new things. So God bless you all. Reach out to whoever sent you to this video, this training. Get a mentor. Don't make excuses about it. Get a mentor. Let us love on you. Let us help you. I'm not your mentor, though. I'm not your mentor. I'm telling you that right now. But I will point you to a good mentor. First off, though, you've got to take the responsibility and do it yourself. So God bless you. Can't wait to see you on the next one.